Hello, welcome to Coffee Chats, episode 39.
Good job. Were you nervous?
Ladies and gentlemen, All Saints Catholic Church in Dallas, Texas welcomes you to All Saints Coffee Chats.
The Coffee Chats, episode number 39.
Hey everybody! I know this looks different.
Yeah, that's right. We have a green screen behind us. No, I'm just kidding. We're at our school, All Saints Catholic School. We are joined by our principal, Miss Shauna Druffner, who is here with us today. Very excited to have you. You guys are going to be able to see some of the kids walking around behind us. They may stop in and say hi. Wave at them too. That's fine to do. And yeah, it's Catholic Schools Week, so we're super excited to be up at the school today. The show usually starts off the same way every week. Because we're all saints, we always like to ask our guests to tell us who their favorite saint is.
Oh, that's a tough one. My favorite saint, there are so many, but I guess the top one for me is Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
That's Chelsea's go-to every
That's my
week as
go-to.
well. Yeah,
My girl.
She's
very
awesome.
cool. And do you have a specific reason for?
So I was
Choosing
born in India,
Okay.
and I emigrated to the United States when I was 5. And I think Saint Mother Teresa, she just is an incredible servant of God and just completely laid down her life and really followed her call within a call. So I think it shows us that God is always calling us to more if we empty ourselves.
Absolutely. How about you, Chelsea? Anybody new or
Just
same
learning
old
Saint
people?
Mother
Yeah.
Teresa.
I mean, once you talk about Mother Teresa, like she's just, like I've wanted to meet her since I was like 9. Like we had to do a project when we were in school and you had to do we did like a paper and dress up like the character to present it, and I dressed up like Mother Teresa. Yeah, so it was fun.
Very cool.
What's yours?
So for me, this last week, actually on the same feast day as John Bosco, January 31st, is the feast day of Saint Francis Xavier Bianchi. So I don't know if we're related. If you see a picture of him, he actually looks like an old version of me. So I claim that we may be related. We're probably not. So Francis Xavier Bianchi was a priest in Italy and developed severe illness and was only able to celebrate the Mass and confession. He wasn't able to do anything else, and he had to be carried to the altar and carried to the confessional. But when an active volcano erupted outside of the village that he served in, he actually went out and blessed the volcano, and the lava stopped right before it hit the city. Yeah, so Francis Xavier Bianchi proving that all Bianchis are amazing. Just like the one who was here in this seat before I was. Yeah, so a testament to him. Being that it's Catholic Schools Week, we're very blessed to have All Saints Catholic School to have this partnership with. We talked to Gabe Moreno, who's our development director, a lot of weeks ago, and we talked about the bridging of the two communities and how we try to work together to kind of bring forth the mission of God. But what is it about Catholic schools that you really think people may not know about and should know more about?
It's a great question. Catholic schools are the best place to form young souls into saints. And I think that as Catholics, our goal for our children should just be to form young saints and to form great saints. My daughter, I have 4 daughters, and Katrina, my second one, always reminds me that God has called us to be not just saints, but to be great saints. So the Catholic schools are integral in that formation because they take the partnership with the parents and the teachers and with our Lord in forming saints. So that's one. I think Catholic schools also, our second goal is to form scholars, so saints and scholars, because as they know more about all the wonders of the universe, they grow closer to Christ. So saints and scholars, that's what we're in the business of.
Yeah, and you mentioned your daughter, and you've had 4 daughters who have come through the school. They've all extremely successful, brilliant young women.
Thank you.
And I look at the partnership that the school has with parents. And as a person who's been in junior high ministry, in high school ministry, in young adult ministry, in now a family ministry role, I look at it as it's such an integral part of what we're all trying to do is how do we keep faith alive in the families? And so the school working together in a partnership with that, I think is vitally important. And Chelsea, I know you've had the opportunity to work with the parents and with families through the confirmation program, as well as the students here at the school through some of the classes that they have.
Yeah, it's really been great to be able to build those relationships with them through the confirmation program, which, as you said, the students are involved with at the church. And so to build kind of that bridge over for them to become a part of the greater parish community and have that opportunity to really build that relationship where the church is their home as well. While there might be a gap between the church and the school physically, we hope it's less of a gap otherwise. But yeah, as a product of Catholic school, just the relationships that are built with teachers and families and just the environment as a whole is really a blessing. So it's really great to be a part of that now as well.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit here as the principal. You've been principal here for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
What do you feel like has been your greatest success? Like if we were gonna say, okay, in the last 2.5 years, the legacy that you're leaving is, what do you go with?
The legacy that we're leaving, that we hope to build and leave, is being an authentic Catholic school. I think there are Catholic schools, and then there are schools that really strive to be an authentically Catholic school, where faith is imbued in every aspect and is lived a living example by the teachers. So we've made a huge conscious effort to hire educators who are not only passionate about their subject matter, but passionate about their faith.
Yeah. And
that is the greatest role model for the students in the classroom. It's really the other, I think, tandem thing is the relationship with parents, because I was a parent here, my husband and I, for 19 years, taught here for 15 years and served in various different capacities on SAC and school finance. I understand the importance of the parental involvement. And the Catechism tells us our parents are the first educators of their children. I always remember that in any dealing with a teacher, any difficult situation, the parents know their children best, and ultimately the teachers and the parents want what's best for their child, which is not always easy.
Right.
And sometimes we don't always agree on that, but we really help the parents and they help us to understand how we can form this young soul. So I think legacy would be being an authentic Catholic school that really partners with the parents.
All right. Well, thank you, Shauna, so much for being here with us this morning. We're going to, throughout the program today, we're going to have different guests that come on and talk about the Catholic Schools Week and what it means to be teachers and students in a Catholic school. So we're very blessed. Shauna was just alluding to the teachers and the quality of teachers that are here at All Saints. Our pre-K 3 teacher, Jackie Milligan, Miss Jackie Milligan, is here with us. So thank you, Shauna. If you want to say any last things real quick.
Well, I just want to thank our community. The school's an outgrowth of the parish, and so I just want to thank the parishioners for all their support and prayers. We have amazing teachers. I thank our teachers for all the hard work they do, and our parents for their love and support.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess you don't need any more introduction than that, right? This is Miss Jackie Milligan. She is one of our pre-K teachers. She does the pre-K 3 program here at All Saints. Not to brag on you or anything like that and put you on the spot, but my kids absolutely love you. They love Miss Jackie, and I know that you have kids here as well.
I do.
So tell us a little bit about the pre-K program here.
Sure. We're just energetic. We have 2 new teachers this year, and we're working together. Miss Cahill is a pre-K 4 teacher, and Miss Abide is another pre-K 4 teacher. And Miss Cahill brings a lot of fine motor activities that turn into games, and we've all shared with one another. And Miss Abide, she brings in a lot of religion ideas and crafts that we all work together on. So that's kind of a nice part of the pre-K program, which we're all working together, we're all on the same page, and we have the same goal for the students. So.
Yeah, I gotta say, Miss Cahill might be one of my favorite teachers. So right before we started, the students brought in these little thank you cards to each of us. and I was just like, it's got a little prayer in it and
Yes,
everything,
It's
and
so
Yes.
sweet.
it's just like my own kids didn't even bring
I
me one.
know, I know.
but her
She-
students did, and so I really appreciated it. I thought that was fantastic.
I got one yesterday as well.
Yeah.
It made my day. It did. Yes.
I was
So
my
sweet.
kids came home and they were like, "We're gonna all bring apples to our teachers for teacher appreciation today," and I was like,
So cute.
"Well, we should have bought apples from the grocery store then." Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to wait on
Okay,
that.
we'll take
so.
an elbow bump. You know, we're all
That's
in
right.
this together. So.
Well, that's fantastic. So you are a teacher at the school. You also are a parent here at the school. Can you tell us a little bit about the experience that you've had with your kids here? Where have you seen places where they've grown as students here at All
I
Saints?
hate to sound cliche, but at Mass with my children, my little boy, we started when he was in kinder, he's in first grade now, and he's sitting at Mass with my parents on the weekends, you know. His behavior, his attention to the homily is just, it's blown my mind. I just sit there in amazement and such appreciation for this opportunity to have my kids here with me, so.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing, you know, and the best part of it, I believe, for me personally and my family.
Yeah, I've got to say, for me, what I've seen is the Virtue program.
Yes.
So we started doing the Virtue program last year, I think it was, and it's based on the program from the Dominican Sisters out of Nashville. And they started doing, different virtues of the month, whether it was stewardship or compassion, or and I don't even remember all the ones. But my kids come home and they're like, "Oh, I didn't get it this month," and my kids are kids that have gotten it, and I'm like, "You'll be fine, guys, I promise." But they're so excited about it, and they're so proud of their
Yes.
peers who received those awards. Like charity, and it's like, oh, this is what it means to be charitable
Right.
and how to love people. And so then they're practicing at home, and you're like, oh, thank goodness.
I know,
You
that's
can
right.
be charitable towards each other. Yay. So I think that's fantastic. What is it that you would tell parents who are looking at the school, especially being on the pre-K side?
Mhm.
Pre-K is where a good entry point for most families. What sets All Saints apart in the pre-K areas?
I think, we've kind of talked about this as just a crazy time in the world, and when we're able to come together and pray, that's a wonderful part. But the preschool program gives like such structure and a scheduled day for the kids
Yeah.
that they're able to they know what's coming. There's no surprise for them.
Mhm.
So I think it gives them comfort in that, being able to have a job or responsibility at school. It's just a nice foundation for children to start in a school environment,
Mhm.
and then just build on that throughout the years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started with the Little Saints program up at the school. Now we have kids on the other end of the building in the
Right.
intermediate program. It's such a wonderful community. The idea of family, like Shauna was talking about, like Chelsea, you were talking about with your Catholic schooling. You get to know the teachers, you get to know the families, and it's an entire community
Mhm.
that's helping to raise these future leaders
Yes.
in the world, and doing it with with our faith as a underlying tool in all of that. I think is fantastic.
And I had some time last year to experience some of the pre-K3 program in filling in for some teachers at various points. And I think one of the beauties I found within the 3-year-old program, like I would tell parents or whoever, of incorporating the faith, and it may not be a structured lesson, but books that are available and, like you said, crafts and different things like that, where it's not just, okay, let me compartmentalize it.
Right.
Versus like, how is this our lived faith? And I, won't share the whole story, but just a little conversation I had with a little boy last year of a Christmas book, and just the 3-year-old thinking so much deeper than you would ever think they had the ability to.
Mhm.
But the conversation and challenged me, and I still think about it. One of the little guys that was there, just so that opportunity, it's a part of every day versus experiences they may not get elsewhere outside of a Catholic school.
Right. We're sharing Bible stories, but we're also talking about how we treat one another. One of the things we've talked about this week is, what are we using our hands for? Because typically if you want something, you go and take it, or, So we were talking about we're using them for helping, hugging, and praying. Our elbow bump right now during this time, but we have to learn that, and that translates through their actions to,
Right.
go forth and show others how to treat one another. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a big component of the preschool program.
Mm-hmm.
So true. So, well, we've got some other guests that are coming in, and we're about to cycle them into our program as well. But is there something that you want to share with anybody who's watching about why Catholic schools make a difference?
Let me give it some thought and just kind of get my mind together on that.
Yeah.
It's just, there are so many good aspects of being in this community. Everybody supports one another. Teachers really put their whole heart into these children and what we can do to kind of build them throughout the years at our school. So I think it's important for parents to know that we're their child is first, and we're always working together. We want to work with them and help them along the way on their journey.
All right, fantastic. So it looks like we have some students here with us now. So thank you, Jackie,
Yes,
for
thanks
being
for
with
having
us.
me. Good to
And
see you guys.
if anybody wants more information about the pre-K program, please reach out to Miss Jackie, and we'll put her information here in the comments, and you can email her and ask any questions that you have for her.
Thank you so
All
much.
right,
Good to
thank
see
you
guys.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Are you guys up next? All right, come on, have a seat.
Come on in.
We have a couple of our students here. These are two of our student ambassadors. We have, do you prefer Campbell or Cam? Cam and
Perfect.
Kendra, who are here with us. Do you prefer Ken or Kendra? There, see?
Kendra.
There we go. All right, good.
I call
So-
her Kenny.
Kenny. Okay, we'll go with Kendra. That works. So tell us a little bit about what it's like, life in a day at All Saints.
Oh, quarantine or like COVID or no COVID?
Yeah, well, right now we don't have an option. So let's go. COVID
Well,
day in the life of a student.
yeah, so in our classrooms we have to wear masks all throughout the day except for lunch and our snack time. And then we also have desk shields that are on our science tables. And they're like this special, what's the special plastic? What's that called again? I forget. It's like a
Antimicrobial.
special plastic that's
I don't know if
really
that's
good
right.
for COVID.
Plexiglass.
It's just like a fun word to say.
Yes,
during-
yeah, I think that's it. Kendra, if you want to keep going.
A lot of hand washing.
Yeah, that's good.
For us, we have all of our classes, like our main classes, like religion, science, math, and English in the morning. And then we have lunch and recess. And then after it, we have either Spanish or PE, and then our electives. So it's a nice balance, like beginning of the day, get all the hard classes done, and then towards
Then
the
you get
end,
all
it's
the fun stuff at the end.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
that works. So what are some of the electives that you guys have that you really like?
I do art. It's kind of limited this year, but years before I've done pre-K aid. I know there's like yearbook and stuff like that. I really enjoyed pre-K aid. That was a lot of fun, being able to interact with the pre-Kers and the teachers. You got to know them pretty well.
Yeah.
And then right now, art is really fun. We do a lot of painting, collages, and we learn about a lot of new artists.
I like the art that's here behind us. I don't know how well everybody can see all of the stuff up there. We've got a painting that won an award that was somebody drew characters from Among Us and talked about faith, service, and excellence. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that's like a 3rd grader.
Oh,
So
Wow.
yeah,
look at
that's
that.
pretty well done. That's
Oh my
pretty well
gosh.
done.
Yes.
Yeah. As you guys know, I still draw in stick figures because I can't draw like
Oh
that.
no, we've
So-
seen.
I know. Yes,
We've
you
seen
have
that,
witnessed
yeah.
how bad things are when I have a marker in
At
my
least
hand.
you don't have tripod
So-
people.
That's true. You draw the weirdest stick people I've ever seen.
And they're really
like
easy to
trees
draw.
with circles on top. I don't know what you're doing.
But you're really good at it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
thank
but
you.
you,
You're really good at
you
drawing
do
your
you at that.
Stick
Right.
figures,
So-
if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. All right. And so, what electives do you do, Cam?
Well, I've done orchestra since I was in 5th grade.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
I've played the cello all throughout, and it's really nice. And obviously, we typically the whole middle school would be playing together,
Mhm.
but since we have like our pods that we have to stay in our own like grade, we just have like a small quintet, I think, and so we're gonna participate in like a orchestra competition and like play a few songs, and we'll get to turn that in and maybe win.
That sounds
Alright.
very fancy.
That's great.
An orchestra quintet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're going on the road.
Yeah. That's 5, right? I don't know why I'm like,
Yeah, that's
hang
5.
on a second. How many is that? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
very cool. What of the normal classes or not as fun classes do you guys enjoy here at All Saints?
My favorite is probably religion, because and then apologetics comes along with the religion.
That's right. I paid her ahead of time to say that.
Yes.
It was like, uh-huh.
No,
She got candy in the hallway.
I like it because it's just like obviously learning about our faith, but it's everyday stuff. It's not just Bible stories, which are still helpful, but it's learning like the stuff we really need to know in everyday life. And if I were to need to defend my faith, I could. And I actually did use the stuff we learned from apologetics just recently. Just learning how to handle the situation, like when your faith is being tested, and how to respond. And I have proof. I have every bullet point, all the stick figures y'all have drawn. I can use those too if I wanted to. But it's just learning how to defend it, and it's not always easy, but it's like worth it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a blessing. Father Alphonse, 3 years ago, asked us if we would help out with apologetics in the religion class, and it's been very fruitful for the most part, and to be able to have those conversations that are a little bit more challenging sometimes. And it's not just like, let's tell the same Bible stories that you guys have heard before. Let's talk a little bit more about what these things are and what they mean, and why the church teaches what they teach on this. And so it's been fruitful for us. Apologetics is probably my favorite class here, but that's also because I get to teach it, and I also don't take any of the other classes.
So it's your only class here.
That's probably part of it.
Oh, okay.
We're getting a little bit of a scene change here, which works out well in the new library. So Kim, what's one of your favorite subjects here?
Don't get mad, okay?
I clearly didn't give you enough chocolate.
My favorite class would probably be history.
Okay.
Because I'm just very patriotic, and I just love learning about America and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got a great history teacher.
You have a
That's
Yeah,
fabulous
we
fine.
do.
If I'm-
She's
if-
amazing, yeah.
If we have to be compared to someone,
If we have to be second place, she's one of the people
I'll take
that I would
it.
be second
I'll take
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Suddendorf's science class is one that I would like to sit in, except
I
for
don't
when he
think
brings out this stool. Has he done that with you guys yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
We've heard the many stories about the stool.
Yeah, that's just frustrating. So,
Yeah.
and he,
be
yeah.
prepared.
If you're ever wondering what Brian Suddendorf does with the stool, our science teacher, I recommend you ask him yourself. Because I'm
Tune
not going to
in
give it
next
away.
But
Yeah, I'm not going to give it away for him.
Mr. Sundor.
So, yeah. So what, clearly there's some challenges. Things are difficult. Things are different. Things have been kind of taken away from you guys in different ways, right? And we know what those things are, and those are tough. And rather than look at those and say, oh, this is the worst or this is bad, what are some things that have happened this 8th grade year that you guys feel like are product of the situation that we're in? What are some things that you look at and you're like, we might not have had this if it weren't for having to go through some of the things that we're going through with the pandemic?
Ooh. That's a good question.
I know that's difficult. I know that's a tough one.
Not to say that we're just getting all these things, but we do, since we're 8th graders, we get a lot of privileges. And I think that the faculty, Ms. Struffner, she's done an amazing job of making sure that we're still getting the 8th grade opportunities that the other classes have gotten.
Mhm.
Even though we don't get to go to Sky Ranch or whatever and stuff like that, she's still giving us really fun opportunities. We get to go to the church this Friday
Yeah.
and have just 8th grade bonding and all that kind of stuff, go to mass, adoration, and free time. And so she's still really trying and doing an amazing job of giving us what we would want.
Yeah.
I think it's made us closer. Honestly, when there's like struggles and stuff, you can only get closer, I feel like. I mean, you can get farther, but once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up. Not saying that it's like rock bottom, like the worst, but
Right.
it's obviously not what we went in and expected, but it
Right.
has made us a lot closer. Like, we're in this classroom, we don't move classes. We interact with the other class
Right.
at lunch and recess, but it's really like finding time to talk to them and interact with them. And it's just, I don't know, just gotten closer, I feel like.
Yeah.
And you've probably built friendships, like deeper friendships with those that you're in the classroom with.
Right.
Yes.
And that opportunity to spend more time together.
And like finding ways to interact without like physical touch and seeing like facial expressions,
Right.
just like finding different ways. I
Yeah,
guess.
I think it's such an important thing, for a lot of young people that we work with in the past. Communication is not something that comes very easily. It's really easy to just text somebody or to type something on social media. Whereas now I see a lot more people interacting with eye contact. And it's because the only way I know how you're responding to what I'm saying to you is by looking right at your eyes. I don't know if you're smiling. I don't know if you're mad at me. I don't know if you're like, what is he talking about? And so you have to make that eye contact, which I think is a skill that all of us are getting better at, knowing
Yes.
that that's the only way we know how to see people now, is from here up. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But you guys also had the opportunity to go be part of Guadalupe Radio Network,
Yes.
Yes.
which was really cool.
That was
Hearing
amazing.
All Saints on the radio is always fun,
Oh,
Yes.
for
yeah.
sure. So,
It was really cool. I've never been on the radio, so
Yeah.
that was really really
It's
cool.
awesome.
It's fun.
and now you guys are internet stars.
There
That's
you go.
right.
Second time.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Go check out my
Hi,
video.
Mom.
We sing
Yeah.
out when we're done.
That's right.
My mom's watching.
Is she?
She is.
She didn't
Hey,
say
Mom.
hi.
My mom will watch later.
I miss Chelsea's
Hopefully.
mom.
We're at the school today, Mom.
Yeah, I'm Chelsea's mom.
All right.
Um,
Well, sorry, go ahead.
So, y'all are wearing some fancy jackets.
Oh,
Tell us what that's about.
We're ambassadors for the school. It's just a program. It's kind of hard to get into. You got to do a couple essays and interviews, and it's just you represent the school. So we'll read at mass. We went on the radio station, and we give tours throughout the school and to other people, and we just do a lot of stuff promoting the school.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, we do open houses. All of the things where like we go to, obviously like Catholic Schools Week, we got to do all the stuff at the mass. Kendra read at the mass and I sang at one of the masses and played. So basically just doing all the things to show how amazing All Saints is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got lots of praises for your reading. On Sunday yesterday, we were
Did
in a
an
staff
excellent
meeting
job.
and multiple people came up and they were like, who was the girl that read at Mass? So good job. We
Thank
expect
you.
you to be there at least once a month now as a lector.
As a lector.
So that's our recruiting pitch. We're
All
telling
right.
you what to do, voluntold. So when you guys
and
do...
Cam's going to join the choir.
And
Oh,
yes,
Yes.
Miss Shelby wants me to sing at
fantastic.
anymore, so.
Yeah, she sent us your name. I asked her, I was like, I need some names of new kids to come in and help with 5 o'clock Mass. And you were on that list. So absolutely. Yeah,
Amazing.
another voluntold position. So when you guys are doing the tours for open house, what's like the one thing that you get most excited to show people as they're coming through the school?
Ooh. One thing I get most excited to show is the technology lab. It's brand new. We got a lot of new technology, and it's just like, even when I walk into the technology lab, I still get that excitement like when I first saw it.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of new chairs. It's just a bunch of new ways to learn. Like, I think just learning on the computer
Yeah.
is still kind of different for me too. Just learning how to code, and it's more than just coding. It's computer design
Mm-hmm.
and learning how color schemes will pop out to people and the emotions they give you. So I
Yeah.
think that's really cool. We've done like marketing too, and I love learning about like sales and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
I wanna
I
go
really
join their
like the like 3D printing. My kids came home with some cool like 3D
Oh my gosh,
glasses
yeah.
that they've done out of the
Oh,
tech lab. That's really cool.
Yeah.
How about for you, Cam?
I would probably say showing the classrooms, because obviously like I get to talk and like talk about the school, blah blah blah, but also getting to hear what the teachers have to say, and like saying what they're gonna say to that child specifically, and how they always try and like ask them specific questions. So I was like listening to their conversations too. So yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you guys if you could to stick around. We're going to bring you back on for lightning round.
Oh, great.
But before we do lightning round, we've got another special guest who has joined us. So if you guys will wave to the camera, say bye for just a minute, and we'll bring on our next special guest.
All
I don't know that
Thanks,
he needs
guys.
much of an
Thank you.
introduction. I'm going to grab my coffee. This is live. I thought you were going to switch camera angles for me, but you didn't, so that's okay. There's probably no other camera angle to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, our pastoral administrator, Father Alphonse, is here with us to talk a little bit more about the school. So, real quick,
Hello,
quick
everyone.
plug before we jump into it. We do have our school's auction coming up at the end of the month on February 27th. We are selling raffle tickets after all of the masses, or after the 9 and 11 o'clock.
Oh no, I think at all of them.
Okay, so we've got raffle tickets that are going to be sold this weekend after the masses. Andrew's got a graphic that he put up there for us. Those are $10. The auction dinner is going to be limited seating at Fellowship Hall, and to-go boxes for other people who want to come in, or is it delivery? We're trying to...
It's for the if you want to
Okay.
be in person, then you'll have a meal. If you want to participate in the auction online, then we'll be trying to get a delivery service so that we can deliver your dinner.
Yeah, and there's going to be trivia with Geeks That Drink, brought to you by Geeks That Drink, for that night. So we've put together a trivia team. Be sure to join all of us for the auction. So very excited about that.
Thanks for the pitch.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Catholic
Thank
Schools
you.
Week.
I know, it's amazing. I can't believe it. We're already in January and still wearing masks.
That's right.
Actually, February.
February.
Or February.
That's right. We made it.
Look how
First
quickly
week of
time goes.
February. Yeah.
By
Time
the end
flies
of this,
when
will be
you're having
March.
Yeah. It's March 11th will be 1 year, and we all try not to think about it. But here we are.
Well, and I have to thank Shauna and the teachers and the staff and the administration for doing a fantastic job keeping the kids safe. I was reading an article not too long ago in the Wall Street Journal regarding public schools in New York City and Chicago and Los Angeles, the three largest public school systems in the nation, and they're closed, they're shut down. And they don't want teachers to go back to work, some of them, and the students are still home almost a year now, and it's very challenging for families that need to work and get back to work, and to have your child trying to learn online. It can be a very challenging. It can be very challenging for families. So I have to thank the hard work of our administration and our staff for keeping the schools safe and open.
I saw an article also in the I think it was in the New York Times that they posted that Catholic schools are the only schools right now that are able to function, and they're leading the way for all the schools in the country.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The advantage of a Catholic education has always been the class size, keeping it at a reasonable, manageable level. And here at All Saints, we definitely try hard not to keep it not to go past 20 to 25 kids in a classroom. And especially now with COVID, we've had to reduce it to 17 in a classroom. So that's been a huge advantage for us, and we have the facilities, we have the room for it, and we're able to accommodate the students and the teachers.
Yeah, and I think, it's been amazing to me as a parent of students here at the school, how well of a job they've done communicating with us about when something is happening, how they're responding to what it is that has happened, and how they're working to keep everybody, all of the students safe, all of the teachers safe. I love what Shauna has done to show appreciation to the teachers. Before all of this happened, we knew teachers were unappreciated in a lot of ways, and under underappreciated. Not here at All Saints per se, but just generally speaking. And the way that she's responded to them responding so well to everything, to do little gifts for them each week, to recognize a different teacher, has been something that's really great to see as a parent and as somebody who I'm married to an educator, watching the way that we've responded in a very positive light.
Well,
to
you would never have imagined that being a teacher could be a frontline
Right.
occupation, a hazardous occupation. You would never imagine that being the case, and here we are, where not only nurses and doctors are having to confront this virus directly, but even teachers and administration and staff, and priests, right? So it is a testimony to the faith and the commitment of so many people that keep the doors open at the school and at the parish, and we can't be grateful enough for all that.
We got a lot of shout outs for your scarf.
Oh.
And how great your scarf looks. So.
Well, I'm waiting for the cold weather. Supposedly there's a cold front coming in.
There
so
is a cold front
I've
coming.
been caught before.
Yeah. I was I'm pretty sure it was 70 when I walked into the building outside, and it's warm in here,
Right.
but
It will be in the low to mid 40s next week,
that's fantastic.
like the highs.
A cold front in Texas.
Right.
Can't get below freezing. Yeah, but up in the Northeast where you're from, they're getting tons of snow.
Oh, they are.
So.
But nothing. We're good. We're good here, right? And I can see the kids are playing outside. So
Yep.
hey,
In their short
only in
sleeves.
Texas, right?
Only in Texas.
That's right. That's right.
But
Father-
thanks for doing this at the school. We have such a beautiful facility and such an amazing ministry here at the school that I'm so happy that you guys got a chance to come out here and to visit and see what we offer.
Yeah. No, we redid the library, was it last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And it's such a big open space. The kids have so many different options. My kids, they come home, their favorite part of the week is when they get to go to the library and take home books. They're always so excited to be like, this is the book that I checked out. I love the murals. We'll have to pan the room at some point in time and look at some of the murals that are in here that are just absolutely wonderful. I love the work that Maria did in here. If you have not had a chance to come and look at the school, I know that Gabe Moreno
Right now they can't.
Viviana, Viviana Stanford, who's our admissions director, they would love to do a virtual walkthrough with you to kind of take a look at things. Sorry, technical problem on the other end. They didn't see it, so all they know is that we're laughing at you and not at the camera. But you're on the other side of the camera, so nobody knows who I'm talking about. Andrew Darling. So yeah, I love this. The technology lab is fantastic. Even the pre-K3 kids go and
Sure.
they do 3D modeling. They're learning coding through different games and hands-on things.
Right.
Jordan Rayfield has done a wonderful job there.
Oh, Catholic schools have, at least All Saints Catholic School, compared to when I was young growing up, the impression that we had of Catholic schools was that their science projects would be like tinfoil, right? It would be and I went to public school and just ridiculing their science program because I thought it was a joke. And maybe for the most part it may have been. But these young people here at All Saints, they are getting the top technology. They're, you can really see faith and science working together, where these young people, God willing, will be the future technological leaders of our country, our world, and also be able to do good work with the knowledge that they have. And merging those two together is not a challenge here. We do it naturally. And I'm really impressed with the work that they do in the science field as well as in the religion.
So I gotta say one other plug that I've got in terms of the academics here. Mandarin.
Oh, Mandarin. Yeah.
My children come home speaking Mandarin, and they ask me, they're like, "Do you know what this means?" And I feel horribly dumb. But it's fantastic, and they know their prayers in Mandarin. They sing songs in Mandarin. It's really, I mean, from age 3, they're going into the Mandarin classroom, or the Mandarin teacher's coming to them now, and they're learning basic Mandarin words. They're not counting to 10 or anything like that, but actual conversational pieces of Mandarin.
Right. Well, you hope that if they start in pre-K3 and they work their way all the way up to 8th grade, the hope and the goal is that by the time they graduate from the school, they'll have a proficiency that will allow them to advance in high school. And all the Catholic high schools offer Mandarin, and many of our students, if not all, I'm not sure, but many of our students already are in the advanced courses of Mandarin in high school. And that's essential. We're always keeping in mind the business end of a Catholic school, forming future leaders. And so I really want, and the vision that I had for the school at the very beginning was that I wanted our kids to be well prepared for the future. We know that China is not going away. China is not disappearing. As an industrial nation, they are one of our biggest competitors at the global level. And being able to speak the language and interact with people from China, I can't see that as being nothing less than a win for our students. And that will open up so many doors for them in the future, whatever endeavor they want to achieve. Knowing other languages, multiple languages, is always a plus.
Mm-hmm. We had some of the youth ministry kids at Bible study. Gosh, that was last night? Can you keep my day straight? They were attempting to teach us Mandarin.
Right.
And
it's
so
hard.
they were like, repeat after me. And so I don't even know what they were telling us.
Right.
It was I think it was a greeting they were trying to teach us. And I repeated it, but I don't even remember it now.
Right.
But in talking about the young people excelling outside of All Saints, I think it was the very first year. I guess it's been 3 years now that we've had Mandarin
Yes.
here. And after 1 year here, I think there was a young lady that went to one of the local Catholic high schools and tested out of her first year of Mandarin at the Catholic high school, which was very impressive. I don't fluently know another language, so just the thought that she went and picked up something so quickly in an academic year is incredible.
Just think of it like this. If you were to take all the kids in all the schools in Texas, or even just in Dallas, let's say, and how many of these kids would know Mandarin?
Yeah, not very many.
Right, as if it were not their native language. And already you can see how our children differentiate.
They differentiate,
from the others.
And also the great teacher that we have, Miss Nye here.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. We have excellent teachers in English and in math. And, the goal is just that when the kids leave here, every single door remains open for them, for their future. They can do whatever they want, and they can go wherever they want, and they will be successful. And we've had a lot of success with our graduates. Mm-hmm. They've gone on to become valedictorians in many of the high schools here, and they've gone on to wonderful careers. Mm-hmm. We've had a few of those during Career Day. Mm-hmm. But I'm proud. I'm happy, and to keep the faith as they're becoming successful, right? Successful on earth and in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the goal. I mean, even we try to have we do have mass every week, and that was where Mandarin first came into our home. Was we always practiced the readings with the kids if we knew they were going to be the lectors, and then one of the kids comes home and says, "I'm doing the reading, or I'm doing the prayers of the faithful," and said, "Tell me if I'm saying this right." And I'm like, "Oh, well, prayers of the faithful. Of course I know that." And she said it in Mandarin, and I was like, "I can't help you. Nothing."
I can't even. I can't.
Sounds good.
But you think about it. Your daughter is in what grade?
She's in 3rd grade now.
Okay,
so she was in 1st grade when that happened.
She's in 3rd grade. She's speaking in public. Mm-hmm. So, and that's one of the other goals that we have, is that our kids become excellent communicators verbally and in the written word.
Yeah.
And for her in 3rd grade to already be speaking in public, by the time she's in 8th grade, public speaking is going to be as simple as counting, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
And that's the whole,
That's it.
second nature. That's the whole idea. And that's the beauty of a school that is compact. It gives every single child an opportunity to take a leadership role so that they don't have to watch someone else read, and the next time they have a chance is in 2 years to read in public, right? They get a chance all the time to be able to perform.
Mhm.
And the more they can perform, the better they hone their skills, the better they're going to be prepared.
Yeah, and I to go off of that, that's a great segue to allow some of our 8th graders to come back and
Yeah,
speak to
please.
you guys. Cam and Kendra are going to come back on, and we're going to do lightning round and have a little bit
Do you
of
want me to
extra
do it,
time.
or
Huh?
Do you want me?
Do you want to do it with us?
Yeah,
We-
sure.
Cam, if you want to bring that chair, if we can bring that, and we'll all kind of shift to social distance still to build some room. And then I guess, so what order are we
Cam
going
on
in?
that.
Chelsea's going to
Here.
ask the
Come in
questions.
a little bit more for us, Cam.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Okay, perfect.
Wow, gee, look at that.
Yeah. When Andrew's here, our production level goes up quite a bit. Maybe. If we don't break the cameras again.
All right. Good.
All right. So I'll go, and then Father, and then Kendra, then Cam, and then you.
What do we do?
So Chelsea's going to ask a question, like, would you rather sleep with the shoes on or with the lights on? And you've got to answer as fast as you can. Is that one of the questions? Well, then everybody can think about that one while she asks the other ones.
You told us that earlier, and I already have
Because
an
it's
answer.
the only
You
one I
already have
ever
an answer?
remember.
It's only when you answer.
So these are just random.
Some of them are school
Random
related, some of them are
questions.
just hilarious questions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got to go as fast as you can.
All right, we ready?
So I go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, okay.
Then, yeah.
Okay.
And let's go. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Chocolate.
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 Vanilla wins.
Go outside or read a book?
Outside. Sorry. Forgot I went first.
Read a book.
Go outside.
Outside.
Outside. Be really tall or really short?
Tall.
Tall.
Short.
Tall.
Tall. Have class online or in person?
In person.
In person.
In person.
In person.
In person. Science or English?
Science.
Science.
English.
English.
Science.
I'm sorry, what was that? Say that-
It's
Singlish. It's a new thing.
English.
English.
That's the Andrew.
Yeah.
Orchestra or art class?
Oh. Orchestra?
Art class.
Art class.
Orchestra.
Art class. Have lots of homework every day or never have summer break?
Oh.
Oh.
Never have summer break. Oh, no.
No. I have homework every day.
Homework every day. Sorry.
Homework every day.
Homework every day.
Homework every day. I want my summer break. Never take a math class again or have a lunch break twice as long.
Lunch break twice as long. I love math.
Pretend like you're in school,
Lunch
Father.
break. No, lunch. Twice as long.
Probably no math.
Lunch break.
That was a weird
Lunch
one.
break. I know.
That's a tough one.
It's like
Live in a
double
treehouse or on a boat?
Boat.
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 No, treehouse.
Treehouse.
Can't
I'm
tell
with
me
you,
no.
Cam.
What is that?
What if
My
I get a
life.
cold front?
Well then,
Treehouse, absolutely.
yeah.
What if you get a storm?
Go to Spain or Australia?
Australia.
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 That's a tough one too.
España?
Spain? I don't know.
Why do you have to be difficult?
Australia.
I
Go
thought
3
you-
years in the past or 3 years in the future?
Future?
3 years in the past. When you get older, you wanna
3 years in the past, probably.
I'd go future. Yeah, 3 years in the future.
I think I'm gonna go to the future. If I go 3 years in the past, then I'm 3 years when I started here.
This
I'm
is
gonna
really
leave.
lightning. This is really
I know,
Yeah.
right?
It really is.
Be a teacher or a principal?
Teacher.
Principal.
Teacher.
Principal.
Teacher. Eat only healthy food or only junk food?
Junk food.
Healthy food.
Junk food.
Healthy food.
Healthy food.
Kendra and I are same page.
Right.
Sleep with socks and shoes on or all the lights on?
Lights.
Lights.
Socks and shoes.
Socks and shoes.
Socks and
Why
shoes.
would you do that to yourselves?
Because
I can just sleep
I can't
anywhere,
fall
doesn't matter.
asleep.
All right, that's all I got. How
That's
fast
all
do we
I-
do it? Well, that was fast.
Real
That
six.
was actually fast.
Considering we got 5 people, that's like 2 minutes faster than we normally do with 3 people,
I know.
which says more about us than I'd like to admit. It's probably part of the problem.
It's
All right,
probably-
so we've got exactly 5 minutes left. What is the one thing you want to tell everybody about All Saints that we haven't already said? Anybody can go first. We'll do it like a
I'll go after
lightning
you.
round, except it'll be a little bit longer.
All right. I think the best thing that All Saints can offer is the community. It's not just friendships. Like, it is lifelong friendships, but it's truly like a family. I mean, you're with them from kindergarten to 8th grade. That's 9 years, even if you join later. It's such a small school that you can make friendships really easily. There's nobody left out because we're all together, and whether you like it or not, we are. And so, and it's in school and out of school, through our sports too. Anybody like sports, everybody can join the team, and that's another great way to bond. So we 100% have the best community here at All Saints.
I would say there's no one like Miss Struffner, and that she's the best principal you could ever ask for, and that if she's not one of those principals where it's like she's always busy, like she is busy, but her doors are always open. If you have any problem, she will always listen to you. So, yeah.
I would like to say, just go visit our website. If you have children or grandchildren, or you're thinking about having children, or you want to have children, or you just had a baby, but go to our website and please look us up, because we really do have a beautiful, amazing program here. And I can't speak enough about it, because it's exciting. It's exciting to see how the kids grow, how they mature, and how responsible they become when they come to this amazing school. So visit our website, set up a tour if you need, and we'd be more than happy to show you around.
Mm-hmm.
What is something you would say about the school as a parent?
So what I was gonna say is kind of threefold. I can say as a parent, I love the community. I love the way my children are being fostered here at All Saints. Their formation is phenomenal. They're good students, and they get that because they have great teachers and great leadership, like Cam was saying with Miss Druffner. A great community. Every time I ask my kids, we ask our kids every day as we're sitting around the dinner table, what was your favorite part of the day? And every day it's here at All Saints. And that's, as a parent, that's such a good feeling to know that your kids are somewhere where they're loved, where they're safe, and where the values that you're trying to instill in them at home are happening at the school as well.
I like to also do one little shout out to Gabe Moreno, who, during this whole pandemic, it would be very difficult to financially run a school, given all the things that we had to add, the safety features, the cleaning features, etc. And also the fact that parents can't come to the school and visit just to keep the children safe. And a shout out to him for having done a fantastic job with keeping the fundraising. I mean, our school, we don't get any money from the government.
Yeah.
And so all the funding comes from the generosity of parents and from benefactors. And we've met our goals in so many ways, and including our financial. We have a big fundraiser coming up right now, the auction. And please support All Saints Catholic School, buy some raffle tickets, participate in the auction online or in person, and your donation will be used very well in continuing to provide excellent academic and character and faith and service projects for these kids.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to say is that somebody who gets to the opportunity to teach the students here once a week with the apologetics class. We have great young leaders
We do.
in our school. Of course, we have two of them that are here with us. But I
And we
brag.
have more than two.
Well, we do. I brag on these two quite a bit. But they're, up and down the hallway. We have, even with some of our pre-K students, watching them lead other students through the hallway and help them through different things. Like, there is a servant leadership that All Saints embodies in so many ways. That is spectacular. And so even as from that point of view, as somebody who feels the full support of the staff, coming up here once a week to teach with the kids, but also the appreciation that they have, that they're good students. They say thank you when we come into the classroom or leave the classroom. It's not like the teachers here are not appreciated and loved even by the students, and I think that's another thing that makes All Saints so great.
The idea is to have smart, polite, driven, and service-oriented young people, and these two represent very well what we have here at the school and the results.
You got anything else? Is that it?
No, I think that's it. I'm grateful to be a part of this community and love the small nature of the school. While I don't have children here, I don't have children at all, was really drawn to this community because of the size and the family aspect of it, and the atmosphere that's here. Growing up in a Catholic school and having a small community there felt very much the same way here. So come and check it out. I would really encourage you to do so. Aside from teaching here, or having the opportunity to teach here once a week, would really encourage you to come check out this great community. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching so much. Father, if you wouldn't mind doing kind of a virtual blessing for us as we sign off. And we will see you guys all next week.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. We give you thanks, Almighty God, for all your benefits. You live and reign forever and ever. Amen. And may the Lord bless each and every one of you and your families. Amen.
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 Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
Thanks
you guys.
for being
We
with
will see you
us.
all next week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, do all the fun things that you do on the interwebs.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.